Hello, Physical Media Obsessive here again with yet another video. This time I thought I'd step away from the 4Ks for a little bit and discuss my Criterion collection. It's not overly huge, but I've been at it a long time, way back to the days of the RoboCop DVDs and whatnot, which I was digging titles out of pawn shops and GameStops and whatnot, way back in the day. One thing about the Criterion collection is that uh, my greatest errors in all my collecting always have involved a Criterion title, in that I have well over 1,300 movies in my collection. Um, but as far as making a mistake in, double buying or whatnot and other errors, I mean, I usually have a pretty good, clean slate as far as that's concerned. But whenever there is a mistake, it has to do with a Criterion title, no doubt. Um, Now, when looking into this and putting this together, I realized the box sets don't open with the spine in the front, to the right here, as you do the plastic case books. See, this right here is the opening of the box with the spine actually, here. So if I was to put this in, I started pulling out a few movies, and I just find myself facing the back of it, and that's kind of ass backward. Took a look at all my Criterion cases, bookcases, with the box, and they all are like that. So what the what? I'm not quite sure what that's all about. But I've got the boxes facing outward here with the open toward me, so it makes things a lot easier when I present them to my adoring public here. So, starting off, Seven Samurai. This is spine number 2. This is still sealed, but yes, I've seen the movie several times over. So I keep this sealed. Next time I need to watch this, I will probably have to crack this open. It is interesting how many modern movies to this day use this, especially like action movies, multifaceted action movies, use this as a template. Beauty and the Beast. French production from way back in the day. Despite its age, surprisingly sensual. So, but then again, it is French. Silence of the Lambs. I bought this originally as a Criterion title when it was a DVD. This is spine number 13. I assume the strategy is whenever this gets a format refresh, it retains the original number it had. Salo, 120 Days of Sodom. Very intense movie. Put the kids away. Put them to bed when you crack this one open. This pretty much merges the profane and the artistic about as far as it can possibly go. Armageddon. At some point, Criterion seemed to have some sort of arrangement with Michael Bay, in which they would publish and distribute his movies under their umbrella. I, to this day, cannot get rid of this. I mean, it just doesn't feel right to get rid of a Criterion title. I'm not quite sure how it's done. Is that even legal? The reason I was able to do it with Silence of the Lamb is because I upgraded to yet another Criterion. So replacing a Criterion with a Criterion seems to be fine. Replacing a Criterion with non-Criterion studio, I still sometimes have trouble getting my head around it here. Next title, Red Shoes. This was one of my errors, which I alluded to earlier. I had to repurchase this title. Don't know why. Don't know what the hell happened to the original one. But I missed it enough in which, I had to buy it again a second time. And it's not the only time I had to do that with a Criterion title. Annoying. Insomnia. I know this has been redone several times over. In fact, it's been a while since I've seen this. I'm going to have to reacquaint myself with this. This is spine number 47. The Third Man. Very smart. Ahead of its time in a lot of ways. I don't know why I keep thinking this is an Orson Welles movie. It's not. As you can see, it's Carol Reed's, in which Orson Welles was merely the talent within it. Excellent movie. Black Narcissus. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous movie with a interesting subject matter in which, a white nun seems to get in her feelings with the locals against a very gorgeous backdrop. Next up, Spike Lee's, I'm about to say Stan Lee's. Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. One of his best titles. I had this originally as the DVD. You see, upgraded promptly to the Blu-ray. I was just glad that Criterion was interested enough to do it again as a Blu-ray, because there are a lot of titles it just simply lets go, releases once, and doesn't bother a second time under any different format. Case in point, my next title, spine number 108, The Rock. Love this movie. More Michael Bay. This is one of the very rare instances in which I have two versions of one movie in my collection. I'm going to have to do something about that. In which I may have to let that ancient DVD, despite the fact that it is Criterion, going to have to let that go. The Vanishing. This is a depressing movie. There's no light to this movie, but you can't take your eyes off it. Highly recommended. Straw Dogs. one of the original old-time DVDs with the super wide, double wide case. Haven't seen fit to upgrade it in any way because I like the way Criterion did it the first time. I don't think the Blu-ray adds enough to make me want to upgrade from it. Spring version, or Virgin Spring. This is hardcore. This is like the 1920 or 30 version of, let me see when this came out. Or 1960 version of, I can't recall, the George C. Scott movie, in which he wanted to get revenge of his daughter that went into the sex industry. This is just rape and revenge, pure and simple, very raw, very much ahead of its time, given when it was put together. My next title is, let's see. Here we go. Naked Prey. That is spine number 415. If you want to be entertained throughout its entire runtime with a minimum of words, this is a movie to watch. Very few movies can get away with it. This is one of them. Last Emperor. This is a Blu-ray release. As you can tell, it looks a little beat up. Reason why is because when this was released, I don't know what Criterion was thinking. It's trying to be eco-friendly or something. I don't know what it was, but this case was just basically cardboard with a single plastic tray to it. So it took up a lot less space. I guess a lot less materials to put it together. But it just did not work against, the consistency of all my other titles. And so it drove me nuts to have this title for a long time, until I just decided to take matters into my own hands and kind of jimmy this together, as I say before, to suit my own needs. And so I took the cardboard packaging that it had, kind of tore it up, and had it fit into the Criterion casing that I purchased separately. So what I did was I kind of opened it up, fit the case inside the overlay, took the interior, set it up as a backdrop against the Blu-ray, and of course kept the book. Interestingly enough, when this movie was re-released as a Blu-ray, they essentially did the same thing. They got the same interior as I had, that I kind of jimmied together, and 6 in one, half dozen the other. Between me and the company, it looks like we reached a similar conclusion. Next up, spine number 426. This is the Ice Storm. Ang Lee. Ang Lee, he's gonna go into the emotions and the feelings, regrets. That is his modus operandi. Movie that I have not seen in a while. It's got a stellar cast. I believe Sigourney Weaver's in this. Check this out sometime soon. Next is in the realm of the senses. I believe this is a Japanese production. Very, very sensual. Kind of wild here. Some people say it's downright pornographic, but it does have a story to tell. This is spine number 466. So, not too many people dug on this, but this is a movie well worth your while. It's class warfare going on, a lot of that going on. Next, Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Anybody that has this title knows the maddening Blu-ray case that it came in. It was a normal Blu-ray case, very un-Criterion-like. Again, drives my OCD nuts. So, me being me, I took matters in my own hands once again. This, what you're looking at, is actually the slipcover. Took the slipcover apart to fit it within, again, separately purchased Criterion case. In this case, 2 discs. Only difference is that the book, which is sized for, normal Blu-ray case, looks a little small within here. But other than that, it's good to go. As you can see, I got the book, 2 discs. It works. And I don't have to lose sleep over it. Next, Howard's End. Very quiet English movie. In DVD, spine number 488. What comes next is Shay. Don't think this got the notice that it should have. This was a huge undertaking. In 2 parts, as you can see here. Very good production. Got the thin red line. This is a Blu-ray. Spine number 536. Next, Paths of Glory. This is Stanley Kubrick. I don't know why there's not more Stanley Kubrick within the Criterion pantheon. This was very eye-opening drama in which, a man essentially loses his life over a coin flip or drawing the short straw for an execution. What would you do in that case? Next, Blowout. John Travolta. Who'd have thought John Travolta would be capable of making a movie that comes to the Criterion Collections, comes to their attention? There you go. Next, 12 Angry Men. Yet again, as with the Red Shoes, this was another one that I had seemed to let go. Don't know the means in which I did so. Had to rebuy the damn thing. So, Another goof that I have with Criterion titles. All right, Belle Azure. Sexy little caper here. Godzilla, the original Godzilla, on DVD. Being John Malkovich, one of my favorite actors, in which if there's anybody you want to get inside of to see what goes on in their head for a day or over the course of a movie, it's John Malkovich. The Game, my first exposure to the great, was it David Fincher? What's his name? Yes, David Fincher, who started out as an MTV music video director. A lot of people don't know. 3:10 to Yuma. And yet again, another mistake I made with my collection, in which I was going through all my Criterions and I realized I bought this twice. How the hell did that happen? I don't even recall, an oh yeah moment in which, I realized when and how. I have no idea how I ended up with 2 copies of this. So in all my collection, all 1,300 some odd titles I have, this is the only time I have accidentally bought a movie twice. Next, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. This is like had all the kings of comedy in one movie here. And it made for, funny escapade. So I enjoy this. Going back to the racks here, we've got Fantastic Mr. Fox. We got The Big Chill, which in retrospect, I don't get the greatness of this. I mean, I bought it just on nostalgia alone, only to realize, what the hell am I buying this for? It doesn't move me quite that much. In fact, a lot of 80s movie making, I don't have a lot of movies made in the 80s, to tell you the truth. It's just a very vacant, self-centered period of movies as far as I'm concerned, except for some, very notable exceptions, which everybody would agree with those exceptions are, usually. All That Jazz, as you can tell, this is when Criterion flirted with the duo Blu-ray DVD combination package. Dress to Kill, had to have this, mainly because it had the one and only Angie Dickinson in it. A woman who had quite the reputation in Hollywood. Not gonna hate her. Next, Blood Simple. Now, all these movies that you see that I have not opened, I have watched the movie, okay? We're not talking about all these movies that I bought just to keep up with the Joneses and never watch. Pan's Labyrinth, Boyhood. This is an exceptional bit of cinema in which it took 12 years to put together. The director would, put some of the movie together. See you in 3 or 4 years. We'll put some scenes together then. See you, 3 or 4 years from then. And then we'll conclude it, 12 years in total. The result, Boyhood. Very interesting experiment in movie making. Pretty much similarly, the Before trilogy. Now, one thing I did not realize is that the box itself has a number of its own. In this case, 856. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? What is this doing? 856. I have to take my word for it. And then the movies within have their own numbers. I thought it was one number in its entirety. It is not. The box is 856, and then you got 857, 858, and 859. Did not know that. Next comes Ghost World. Probably, I think, that's the latest release in the Criterion collection that I have. Not sure. That may be the Grand Budapest Hotel. I'm not sure. Next, Barry Lyndon. Stand corrected. More Stanley Kubrick. Yes. Arguably his best. I don't think so, but a lot of people do. His best. Election. Funny movie. Not a movie that's going to be made nowadays. You can't make this movie anymore. Night of the Living Dead. Got that there. Grand Budapest Hotel. Another movie that snuck through here. But although it's not that old a movie, I don't think you can get away with making it now. I mean, that is just the social climate we have now. Next is Elephant Man. This always struck a chord with me ever since I was a kid here, or much younger. I can't say I was a kid. Had a huge impact on me here. And then, wrapping things up, with the initiative to be more inclusive, I guess the Criterion was trying to do. I've got Deep Cover, which is actually my favorite movie of this type in that time frame. I think it was the most well done, I guess I should say. Also, we got Mississippi Masala. This is a very charming, romantic movie with Denzel Washington and can't remember the young lady's name, Sarita Chowdhury. Directed by Meena Nair, who's gone on to do a couple titles. She is perhaps the most sensual director out there. Check this out if you can. Another point of reference here. This movie was made in my hometown in Mississippi. So there's that. Last but not least, Shaft. Classic in its own right. Also comes with a bonus second movie. So that was really the draw with this right here. And so from start to finish, that is, I'm just going to put this down here. That is my Criterion collection. Let me know what you think. Add any comments. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.